Pishkala. Assassin cast.
Yes, we're back. Back on track. Every week we will be
On
on
fleek.
fleek. Whoa. Yeah, good that you're watching
Yeah.
live to the Assassin's cast.
Raptor.
Wow.
Your rapper name is Raptor.
Oh, yeah, Raptor. Awesome.
The rapping Thor.
Let's see if we are actually live because, of course, it's been a while.
Let's see.
I want to double, triple, quadruple check. But yeah, good that you're watching
Yeah.
live. Yes, we are live. Thanks everyone for coming over, of course, to the Assassin Raptor channel. This is where we will be live every week from now on. We've already been doing it every week, but I was away for 2 weeks. I went to Bali. I found myself. I did some temple cleansing. No, I did do that though, but it's not that crazy. But yeah, I had a great
Though I
time.
have to go on the breaks now. I'm not there in 2 weeks.
What?
We will be in South Africa.
Dude.
I have to take a break as well.
Okay, that's awesome for you.
Yeah, but Bali is also very awesome. Did you
Yeah.
see like any assassin there?
No, but there was some rain, so people were wearing a hood, if that counts.
That counts.
That counts.
Totally.
Nice. Okay, so yeah, we will be here every week. I will then just I don't know, because Dennis and Joyce won't be working. I will just do the show alone. I don't know. We will see. But starting next
Or
year,
I will be there with the airport's trashy sound.
on the back of a freaking elephant or something. I don't know what the kind of creature they have.
Oh yeah, that would be great. On an elephant bull,
Yeah,
like in Origins.
damn. Yeah, you're already leaking
I mean-
the new Helix mounts they will have in Shadows.
At some point we too have to go to Egypt and then fight the elephants there,
Oh yeah. Oh, I love those.
but not a
mounts.
real one, a fake one
No,
only.
no. No, but good that everyone is joining. Appreciate every one of you, of course, who are there. Love to see, of course, the familiar names every week. And again, yeah, we will be here now every week, or try to be here every week. But of course, Frankie Boy Fragnard also deserves his break. So end of the year, not a lot of is happening. But these final few weeks of December are always interesting because we do have quite a lot of Assassin's Creed Shadows stuff to go over today. So we will be doing that, of course. And that's pretty exciting. There's one thing I want to start with, and that is what is happening over here. And that is, hey, we are Brooke, Charles, Jonathan, and Cher. Developers on Assassin's Creed Shadows, ask us anything. So, I think you can still participate in this. I'm gonna leave a link.
Is it Jonathan? No, of course not.
Oh wait, I'm not sure if
.com/
does the link work on? Oh wait, I'm logged in on my wrong account. Let me quickly change that.
Okay.
Because then I
Yeah,
can share
it's
the link for people.
reddit.com/r/Assassin's Creed, right?
Yeah. Let's see. I should now be on the right account. So now people should be able to click the link.
I posted it, but likely my link is gonna get
Yeah.
blocked by YouTube.
You're
right?
not allowed. You're not allowed. Only I am allowed. But basically, there's an AMA that is going to happen after this stream, sadly. So we will cover it next week. And then if you still want, you can ask some questions. To be fair, though, let's see if I can already look at the amount of. Oh, there are already 300 comments. I'm not sure if I have the
Wow.
final. Can I
I don't know.
I
Can
think
you?
there might be even more already. Why? Okay, I think we broke Reddit. Either way, I of course had to ask something as well. And what I asked, because did you leave a comment, by the way?
No, not yet. Can I still?
I think you can still. That's why I'm sending people over to the.
I think I have to register on Reddit.
Oh yeah, you do need a Reddit account, but I thought you probably had one already. But yeah,
I had one, but I don't know the login right.
That's an issue. Here again, a thread opens from 11 and like 4. It's now 3. So yeah, you have 1 more hour to leave your questions. We will probably be checking in an hour because then we're still live to see if there are already some answers. And then yeah, we can like talk about them, and then we will do the rest next week. We will of course also make main videos or like dedicated videos on our channels where we will go over the new information, so you don't have to miss anything. So that's the nice thing.
If there is new info.
I hope so. Like, I think this first question here, how long will the game roughly be? I think that's already... I hope they answer that. I've been asking that around, like, at Ubisoft Forward as well, and they were kind of cagey about it. So, yeah, I think having an answer on that would already be great. But I, of course, had to ask some questions, too. And I thought, okay, I'm going to ask questions that nobody is asking and that are related to the new info that we got. And maybe if you are not up to date on all the news, you're like, what the heck is he asking? We will get to that later in the stream. But basically, my first question is, are the Guardian enemies mentioned in the comment article, again, we will go over that article, unlimited? Do they continuously spawn? Or can you at one point get rid of them all? So will it basically be, because these Guardian enemies, they will be basically the mercenaries or the zealots from the previous games, where if the alarm like bell rings in a camp, these like tougher enemies will join the fight and help the opponents you're fighting at that moment. But of course, in Valhalla and in Origins as well, you could kill them all and then they would not join anymore, while in Odyssey it was unlimited. So yeah, they're talking about the Guardians. I hope that it's actually something that will be continuously happening. We can like quickly go over here. So this is the big article. I also recorded a live reaction to it that will be up after this stream. So look forward to that. And then of course I will do a main channel video at 1.2. Like a more concise one. But here, Guardians. An elite group of badass samurai. Guardians are used as reinforcements when the alarm is raised in any given province. With their unmistakable wide manes and face masks, Guardians aim to strike fear in their opponents and offer some of the most difficult combat you will fight in Shadows.
And they will like use the parry and block mechanics all the time and be very offensive when in a group.
Yeah,
I really like that feature, by the way. We need to talk about it later on. But yeah, those badass samurai, that really sounds like an opponent I wouldn't want to challenge. Or I would want to challenge, of course, because it might be fun to actually fail in an Assassin's Creed game and yeah, get like the Google Pixel 9.
Yeah, I'm not sure why if all of a sudden the Dutch provider KPN is like spamming me, but
taking over and spamming you with ads. Yeah.
I already have a nice phone. I don't need another phone. No, but yeah, it's interesting that these Guardians are back. Other enemies that we learned about. So basically, outlaws, which are basically
outlaws,
like the bandits.
Star Wars, yeah, perfect.
K-Fest hunting you down.
It was there. K-Fest will hunt you with BB-8 as a cameo.
BD.
That would be so awesome.
It's BD-8. BB. I hate
Isn't
all these like
BB?
robot names. I think it's BD. BD.
Maybe it's as well. In Germany it's actually BB-8. So let's check.
God.
Is it BD?
You're living in a fake reality, man.
Might
Play
be,
games
yeah.
in English.
Totally.
BB-8.
It really depends on the translation, yeah.
Oh,
but
maybe
yeah, that's not the topic.
Maybe I'm mistaken. Never mind. People are saying in the comments.
You can't be mistaken. You're a journalist.
I am. But it's not Assassin's Creed related, so it's good.
I mean, those bandits, they appear in every AC game.
Yeah.
Likely easy to challenge down. Maybe not so crazy weapons, not so tough armors.
Yeah, I don't think they will have any armor. So yeah, you can immediately just hit them and take them out. But be wary of their brutes, who can still be incredibly deadly. Okay.
Brutes are always brutal. Yeah.
Yeah, the big guys, the fat guys. Ashigura soldiers. Ashigaru, I should say. Ashigaru are the conscripts and volunteers forming the bulk of any clan's army. Carry basic weapons, fight using conventional tactics. They tend to be more aggressive towards Naue and more fearful of Yasuke. That's such a cool little tidbit there.
And historically, like that's the basic foot soldier, let's say. They sometimes used rifles as well, and spares, of course, because spares are always cheap to produce. Curious if they will have that classical, traditional weapons as well for the type of soldier, but I think so, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I'm curious if, depending on where we are, we will have more Ashigaru, because like traditionally, of course, there wouldn't be that many samurai. But I could imagine, like, in a high-level area, there could also be, like, more samurai, because it should be tougher to go through it. Yeah.
For sure. I think, like, the higher-level castles we will roam will have more of these, and that's also where we get to. But, like, so next to the, foot soldiers, Ronin, masterless samurai, perpetually seeking their next meal. Most Ronin are in the employ of Naue and Yasuke's enemies. They roam the roads and will attack on sight if they recognize you. So these are like the roaming enemies. But again, they are not the mercenaries from the previous games. Former samurai themselves, Ronin are well trained, and their disheveled look, I think, looks are deceiving. So, yeah, that sounds like a pretty cool enemy as well. Kind of in between the foot soldier and the samurai, I think.
Yeah, as for historically, like, they are herrenlos. They don't have a lord, but they have the right to have a sword and weapons, and they likely have pretty nice armor as well. Did you play Rise of the Ronin?
Yeah,
early this year.
Yeah, I did. I played like 25 hours of it, but I had to drop it. I just didn't like it.
Oh, okay, that's too bad.
Yeah,
but you, yeah, I liked it. But so you became familiar with that Ronin theme.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's
but
great.
I don't. Yeah, of course their master was like, I'm not sure what happened anymore, but yeah, they lose their master as well. So yeah, it all makes sense now. Samurai, superb warriors, well trained and fierce in combat. Samurai can carry a wide variety of weapons, from their trusty katana to the mighty kanabo. They can also wear an impressive selection of armor sets, including some very high-level endgame sets, and employ a surprising number of attacks and counterattacks in a fight. If you catch them unaware, samurais can be easy pickings for a shinobi, but as soon as they know a threat might be lurking nearby, their vigilance and battlefield awareness makes them an unformidable, or like a formidable foe. This really sounds to me as if they have like many different samurai in a way. Like they probably have the same body type, but they give them different armor sets or weapons. So similar to the mercenaries in Odyssey, right? Where we also had like 5 or probably a bit more depending on the female or male like body type. But they had like a few ones that you would see all the time, but because they were using different abilities that Alexios and Cassandra could use as well, or because they were like using different armor pieces and stuff, the fight was slightly different, and it seems like that will be the case for the samurai too.
I mean, that's pretty interesting that they mention like switching out the gear for those samurais. Normally you have like one armor type for one type of soldier, and switching it up might be pretty interesting, right? And I'm super curious how that will change the difficulty. Maybe there will be like a weak point system in the game as well. Now that I read it, I think there will be likely one. Maybe they have a steel face mask on some armor so you can't hit the face or so. Maybe that's a part of the game. Not too sure yet. But we already saw with those prepared attacks, how they called stance attacks.
Yeah, we will look at the new footage here in a moment, but I wanted to finish the
yeah. But it's also
enemies first.
In the new footage we also saw like Yasuke wearing cloth, not a real armor. Did you see that
there?
as well?
Okay.
Maybe I was thinking like maybe we can meet samurais wearing cloth, maybe in their free time as well, but still being trained enemies, or prepared to fight in an armor. I mean, this is still a Ubisoft game. Likely, it's gonna be like.
You mean this one, right?
Maybe. I don't see anything yet. Oh yeah, this is exactly the postures video.
Yeah, boom. Yeah. I just loved overall that we finally saw some different armor sets for Yasuke. This one in particular looks very cool. It's
Indeed,
definitely
in general, I think like they really put out some nice Yasuke footage in this article.
Yeah, for sure.
Because
We can look at the better
we
quality
really
here.
need some advertising.
Yeah, no, for sure. Look at the 4K.
Samaya also, thank you for the donation. And Samaya asks for more Battle Pass, fake guides, and pre-order bonuses. Info. I still have the fake guide though.
Yeah, we will be reading, of course, as always, weekly. We will get some new information from the strategy guide. So let's get it. Let's get it over with at one point. But yeah, thanks, Samaya, as always, for the donation. Appreciate you. He towers over his enemies. Yeah, that's like he's huge. And
Yeah.
I do think like that with them also saying end game armor sets, that I do think you will be seeing a samurai with an armor set. You're like, whoa, I want Yasuke to wear that, and I hope that we can then get that too. That would be awesome. That's like that you can.
Oh, and by the way, the strategy guy is now not available on Amazon anymore. So
Oh,
I have a very rare edition there. They will likely sell for hundreds of bucks.
That's crazy, man. And that's kind of cool that that you send it over and the Ubisoft took action.
Yeah,
That's
it's
awesome.
totally great that they took it offline. Like it's still on the website, but you can't buy it, so it's not available.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah,
That's good.
I don't know. Yeah.
I hope this guy like that is selling them has like a freaking warehouse full of them, and that he like spent way too much money on, and that he just
It's
lost
likely
some
print
money
on
it.
demand, but let's hope that. Yeah.
Yeah, let's hope that that's the case. Okay, so we also have
All
these, the Samurai Daisho. Do you think I pronounced that correctly?
Yeah, maybe.
They're namely an offshoot of the Samurai family. The Daisho are enemy types that can only be found in military castles. They have a unique fighting style that mix a lot of techniques, and they are stiff combat challenge all by themselves, let alone when surrounded by other samurai. Samurai Daisho are the getaway to some of the best loot in the game, though, so they're worth the time and effort. And I love this. That
maybe
we
those
have
are
to
the-
fight them and then get their loot.
I mean, we will get to that point later. I don't want to ruin your structure with taking it forward now, so I will just leave it as it was stated
What?
there. Yeah,
What
sounds
do you mean?
great. Yeah. Like challenging the bosses for new
Loot.
progression.
Yeah, no,
as
that's
we will
great,
see
right?
Later on.
Yeah, you mean with the we can just kind of jump ahead. I think that's the most
Okay, now we can. Perfect.
fun. So you mean here, right? For the mastery point?
Yeah, exactly. Where you have to like take out certain bosses to get certain skills or upgrades for.
The progression loop
for
will allow you
certain-
to put your skills to the test by facing strong opponents and be rewarded with new moves to learn. That's
Likely those special samurais
yeah,
would only make sense. In my
I would
opinion,
argue
yeah.
that that's the case as well, which is kind of cool. But
Though I'm
not sure-
curious, how about the ninja skills? Well, facing a samurai for katana skill makes sense, but
So
I don't know for a tanto skill or so.
Let's read this part, and then I will share what I think, because we still have the books of knowledge in a way, right? The ninja scrolls, those are from Naue. So she will be like finding, by probably doing parkour challenges and stuff, finding these ninja scrolls that then give her abilities. While it seems that for Yasuke, we might have to fight enemies in order to get new abilities, which kind of have a cool differentiating factor. But yeah, skills and abilities can also be acquired and learned throughout your journey to further develop your combat repertoire. Some of these are active abilities that are triggered manually in combat to deal more damage. Some are combo variants or extensions. Others introduce new mechanics that require precise timing and new tactical approaches. These will be crucial to surprise your enemies, and as they are tied to your progression, will give you an ongoing sense of growth within your combat mastery. So we will have more to say about progression later, but right now we can say that gaining levels or defeating specific foes will reward you with mastery points. And you can then spend them in different mastery trees to unlock weapon-based skills and abilities, amongst other things. This progression loop will allow you to put your skills to the test by facing strong opponents and be rewarded with new moves to learn. Active abilities are by far the most powerful skills to acquire, says Charles, the game director. They look cool, they hit hard, and they will offer additional opportunities like gap closing, armor breaking, and even health regeneration. Players can also learn passive skills, which work in the background to make you more efficient and powerful in combat. These include adrenaline regeneration increase, basic health increase, time dilation for longer window of opportunities, and more. So here we see an ability in action.
Oh, and more. Shaving them away, and I still hope that you can turn the black, white, red mode on.
Yeah. I've seen many people say that in chat here now as well.
Yeah, also in my comments on that new content, there were a few people complaining about that. Though, generally speaking, people are quite positively surprised by the new combat things they showed.
Overall, well, like also in the chat, let us know.
Most of the time you see like, don't get it, but this time it's quite positive.
They have overall been doing a great job of just being like, okay, let's just let the game speak for itself, right? What we are going to do is just go quiet and give a lot of like in-depth information. Like we've not, like this information was really missing. They constantly were talking about the seasons and the different like stealth improvements and stuff. But when we then saw Yasuke fight, we were like, okay, but how much depth is there to this? And now in this article, they really go crazy and talk about a lot of new features that we just did not know about yet. Like one of the cool things as well that you were already alluding to as well is that the more enemies you'll be facing, the more aggressive and confident the enemies will be, because they're like, yo, with like in this case 3, but maybe even more, like, well, with 5 enemies we can, or like 5 colleagues, we can totally take this one guy down. Which means that if you then fight them, they will use less defensive options. They will block less or dodge less. But when you fight an enemy 1v1, they will do way more of these defensive moves, because they're like, yo, I'm the only one here. I want to take this guy out. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think we've ever seen a system like that. I don't think they, like the enemies we were fighting before, never had the sort of like connection between the other enemies. So I think
I don't think so as well. Yeah,
so I think that's already a pretty cool new system. But yeah, what do you think about the fact that it does seem, because that's what they're kind of like talking about here, it does seem that, again, you have the mastery points, so probably no skill points. And so you gain levels. Again, we know levels are back in the game. Enemies will have levels too. So it really seems similar to Odyssey. So you kill enemies, you get XP, you go a level up. So in Valhalla it was, of course, kind of different. You were not really gaining levels, only when you spend skill points. But here it's going to be more traditional. And then you get a mastery point. And with that, you can spend it to unlock weapon-based skills and abilities. It does seem, from what I am reading here, that even if you only use one weapon, so if you only use the Nagi Nata spear that we see here, and kill these enemies, you get XP, you can then still spend the mastery points that you earn on a katana. So you could have like a fully upgraded katana without using the weapon. Because, yeah, you don't have to use a weapon to earn mastery points for those weapons. If that makes sense. Oh.
Excuse me.
Oh. Hello, Germany. Germany, are you there? Hello. I think the internet.
I issue with my internet right now.
Yeah.
It's all glitchy. Test.
He's back.
I'm back, yeah.
Yes.
Now I can hear you.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, man.
No problem.
Don't know what's wrong with it again.
Yeah.
I have like this mobile data cube, and it's going through a mobile phone internet, so
Oh, okay.
my normal internet is not working at all.
Oh, I didn't know. Well, that explains a lot. But you
Yeah,
probably
so I
did
lost a
not
few
hit.
things that you said. Yeah, but it doesn't matter at all.
No,
Um,
no, no. But yeah, I
I
wanted
got
to hear
that you
your
talked
take
about
though.
the mastery points. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I wanted to hear your take though on the fact that you can basically. I first thought by using one weapon a lot, you would get like skill points that you can then use to improve that weapon. But it seems to be that you can just use any weapon, then earn mastery points, and they can spend those mastery points however you want. Which means that you can have a fully upgraded katana without using the weapon. If that makes sense.
Mm. Yeah, I'm curious if that will be the case and how that will turn out. I mean, that whole mastery thing, it kind of gets me excited. I'm kind of in the mood for grinding through the bosses to get the points and progress. Though I'm a little bit scared that like maybe you will then upgrade one weapon only
Yeah.
and focus on that. While of course that weapon might be OP-ish in some situations, then the others will lack and you will likely have some problems when facing more enemies or so. I'm just curious how they will balance it with that mechanic. But I think it can be like a nice benefit to the game, of course. I'm still in love with all progression systems and I love to mix them up, have more motivational things that I can grind and make my journey through Japan worth it so I can collect all this stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, and
I think it
there
can be
seems to be a
great.
lot of that for sure. But yeah, I think it's gonna be interesting. Like if you have one favorite weapon type, that and just spend all the mastery points in that weapon type, I do think you will at one point have all the skills unlocked. So then you will be spending mastery points on weapon types you maybe don't like. So I'm curious how they're gonna
Maybe.
balance that. And I just overall hope that there is an incentive for you to actually use the weapon, like challenges. Take out 3 of the guardians or something with this weapon, and that unlocks a skill instead of just having random mastery points that you got through random things and then you get the best skill from this weapon. I hope there are some like actual things that you have to do with the weapon to get powerful upgrades for that weapon.
Yeah, like in Skyrim or so, where you have to use a certain weapon to upgrade it.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
that makes sense. I mean, they also introduced all the weapon types they
we're
will be
gonna.
having, and you just put it up there.
Yeah,
Magic.
for sure. Yeah, let's go over it real quick. I don't think we should like completely read it. We can like give a short summary of it. But yeah, so for Naue, she actually has 3 weapon types.
A katana? What is that? Never heard of it.
No, it's I think it's like a sword or something. But she holds it up very cool. I love this footage.
Yeah, I love how she holds the katana. Likely nobody would hold it like that in real life, but
Maybe,
it
I
looks
don't
awesome.
know. I've seen it before in like movies and stuff, but
Yeah, in movies maybe.
Hey, but she's
I have
she's
to
not a
ask my
samurai.
friends who's working at the katana company.
Yeah,
Maybe he can
please.
give me insights on if that is a real thing. But yeah, it looks awesome, of course, and she's really fast and agile. And love the fact that also Yasuke has a much larger katana than she has.
Yeah, for sure.
In fact, she's the smallest assassin ever, so
Oh yeah,
that
they
must
said
be
that.
a
Yeah.
pretty small sword as well in comparison.
Yeah, but she has even smaller weapons too. So basically, the katana, as you expect, is kind of the balanced weapon, right? Similar to the sword in the previous games. So yeah, it's great for defense. As Naue, she can only deflect, so she cannot parry. It's called deflect, and she cannot block. So basically, you have to hit like what she's doing here. They of course have the sort of visual indication. Okay, this is going to hit you. Then you have to deflect. While Yasuke can hold up his blade, basically like holding up a shield, and then the game will automatically block the attacks. Naue does not have that, so you have to be a bit more careful. But yeah, it's so with the katana that will likely be easier to do the deflect. And I love the kick here at the end, which kind of.
Also, I like how she like changes positions when she uses deflect.
Yeah.
We can't see it in this clip, but in another one. And
Yeah.
it will be tricky when we're fighting against hordes of enemies because we will likely find ourselves in those enemies when we deflect. Yeah. And we
Yeah,
can see Yasuke standing his ground, doing some extra damage, and she bloop, whoosh.
Yeah, here
Now she can
basically-
step in the back, but yeah.
Yeah, basically behind the enemy. Yeah, so
But,
this
I mean,
seems
that's
to be like
for
the-
1v1, that's awesome, but fighting
Yeah.
versus a group, she might be in trouble. I can see the differentiation of them a little bit better now.
Yeah, so basically, again, Yasuke can just hold the weapon, and then these regular attacks you can simply just block, have the game automatically block them as long as you're holding the
Mhm.
button. While, and then yeah, this is a parry, and then of course he just stays right in front of the enemy while the enemy is kind of pushed back.
Being the mountain he is.
Yeah, exactly. And for Naue, it's different because she
Yeah.
will.
Super
Thanks-
agile, yeah.
Yeah, thanks to the kind of the blow from the blade be moved to the side, boom, and then you can have a
I'm
nice opening
right
against
now
one
wondering-
enemy. but-
I'm wondering if we will likely just be dodge rolling away with her all the time, because then we have control of where we are, depending on in enemy groups or out of them.
Yeah, but then you will of course be kind of far away from the enemy all the time, I would imagine.
Mhm.
So that's not really ideal. But yeah, she of course also has the Kusarigama, which is that flail weapon.
Mhm.
That has like
And
a
it has
huge
like
range.
10 meters at chain assassination range, right?
Yeah. So that's the rush assassination that we
Oh,
saw.
rush
actually.
assassination.
Yeah, it's called rush assassination. It was in Odyssey as well. That was of course the one where you would
Mhm.
throw the spear, the broken spear, and then teleport basically around. But here they have it as well. But yeah, it was the one that we saw
Without a
in
teleport.
Yeah. You actually see her like pull herself towards the enemy with the chain. We saw that in the Ubisoft Forward gameplay, like one of the where we saw her footage for the first time. But yeah, this weapon I think is gonna be the most OP because like Naue, her weakness is fighting multiple enemies at the same time. But with this weapon, she can basically just like I'm curious if you can spam that. If you can just be
That's
whoop.
like an AoE pushback, right? Yeah.
Yeah, if you can just
Knockback.
whoosh, whoosh, and then the enemies
That would
just
be awesome.
drop health, and then because of course it kind of reminds me of the flail from Valhalla, and the flail had this sort of like a whirlwind.
Ah,
you
this
could do.
perma.
Yeah. And that was really
Swirling through
overpowered,
enemies, yeah.
and I'm sure that maybe she has something like that as well, maybe a skill you can unlock, and I think that could be really overpowered. And yeah, this is basically a counter to her weakness.
Maybe she can spin to win all day.
That would be cool. Yeah, I hope so. I mean, Eivor could. But yeah, you will use that sort of ball and chain to get enemies. For like a range, and then when you would just want to focus on the single target, you use the small sickle that the weapon has, and I think this weapon will just be so much fun to use. And,
Yeah, likely. It will be a very handy tool with the rush assassination, the AoE possibilities. Likely it's might be the worst single target damage we have for her. But we still have, of course, other weapon options as well. And we can also switch weapons mid-fight, while Yasuke can, I think, switch weapons mid-attack combo.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
insane. That was like one of the biggest things that like kind of blew my mind. But we will get to that
Yeah.
in a moment.
It will be quite hard to coordinate all that.
Yeah.
Attack, switch weapon, hard attack, and then
Yeah.
you're like slashing through with the katana, taking your musket. I don't know.
Yeah, that was like
Gotta be
one
fun,
of the.
though.
Well, we will go back to my AMA questions in a moment, but that was like one of my questions as well. If you were able to do that, so we're now at the final, weapon type that she has, which is the Tento, so the really small dagger, which this one, and of course the hidden blade that she can pull out to also have be like a more like a regular dagger.
Looks
And-
like she's holding two drumsticks. Yeah. playing a drum solo on the enemy.
Yeah, but then a very
Yeah.
deadly one. Oh, and I love just
Yeah,
that hidden
notice
blade.
how she was able to perform like 4 attacks or so in between one of the enemies. Like 1, 2,
Yeah,
3, 4.
even more than 4, it seems.
It might be,
1,
yeah.
2, 3,
It's
4,
crazy.
5. Oh, sick.
Though,
This-
of
this will
course,
be
these
very
attacks,
fun
they
too.
don't deal too much damage, but maybe it will be of other benefit than that having so many attacks on an enemy in short time.
Skata is asking, are we going to stream the AMA? Not sure. Like, we will talk about it here in a moment. They're gonna drop the question or like some answers in 25 minutes, so we can get some of them. But we will be going over them in depth next week. So if that answers your
makes sense.
question.
Exactly.
So what would be your weapon of choice for Naue? And let us know in the chat, of course, as well. So the katana, kusarigama, or the tento and hidden blade. Although, as you of course said, just like in Odyssey and Origins, you can have 2 main weapons and then switch between them. So yeah, just
I have
with
the feeling
D-pad.
like the kusarigama has to be in any setup,
I
from
think
what
so
I know
too.
so far, because of the AoE potential, and this is her biggest drawdown. So likely, I would say katana kusarigama combo. Though I think tanto hidden blade is awesome,
Yeah.
and I would want to try it as well.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna kusarigama tanto hidden blade. Oh, also because I'm not sure what's happening. Also because that's of course like another thing. So every weapon that Naue has also has an assassination link to them. For the katana, it's the ability to assassinate enemies through the Soshi door. For
That's
the
great, yeah.
kusarigama, it's the rush assassination we already talked about, 10 meters
That's
away.
awesome.
And for the tento and hidden blade, double assassination.
Oh, that's great as well. Yeah.
And we, by the way, learned that you can do it from the ground and from the air, the double assassination, which kind of awesome. So, because yes, it means that if you only use these 2, you cannot assassinate enemies through the Sochi door. So that's a pretty big thing that you will be missing. But of course, you want to do that double assassination as well. If you see 2 enemies, and of course, it probably looks really cool. We still have not seen gameplay of it. But let's see. People are saying the katana tento combo.
Tanto hidden blade. Tanto hidden
Kasari
blade,
will be fun, but I
katana.
won't use it much. Tento hidden blade. Tento hidden blade is for most people the favorite.
I'm wondering, can you do the chain assassination double with Tanto Kusarigama? Like, that would be cool to have like combos between the 2 weapons you have. I mean, for Yasuke, we already know it will be kind of possible. It would be insane to have like combo skills for Naoi as well, enabling her to do like a rush assassination double with those
I
2.
don't think that's
Maybe
possible. Because you really have to have the current weapon in the main hands to be able to do these assassinations. So I'm not sure how you can use the chain and then launch yourself towards it, and then maybe you quickly have to switch the D-pad, and then I mean it would of course be amazing if that's possible, but I don't think that's gonna be in the game, sadly. Although never say never. Like of course this game will be supported for years. So because that's my other thing. What do you think? 3 weapon types for Naue. It's really not a lot.
sounds a little bit, yeah, it doesn't sound too much. Though we have, of course, a lot of tools like throwing knives, etc.
Yeah,
Maybe that will make up for it.
fair, because in Mirage we only had the sword and dagger. So it's already like basically it already has 2 extra weapon types versus Mirage. But still, I don't know, man. I wish we had some secret weapons that we did not know about yet, because that was kind of the case in Valhalla. In my experience, it felt. I do think or was it like there were some like games where we did not know all the weapon types like before launch. Maybe I'm misremembering, but I hope that there were still some weapon types that we did not know about yet. But yeah. We've seen them all already. To be fair, though, the weapon types have more depth this time around. But
They have, and it might be the reason they do it that way, so we really want to switch protagonists.
fair enough. Because if we go to Yasuke, he does have more weapon types.
He does have more weapon types, exactly.
Yeah. And also worth noting is, of course, what we have seen in Valhalla is that they are. I mean, that's one of my questions I want to ask the developers if I get the chance. I did not do it on the AMA because I don't think they will answer it there, but hopefully later on. But in Valhalla, we saw more weapon types added, like in Shadows. That would, of course, be amazing. And with them having skill trees linked to weapons this time, adding a new weapon type to the game would be way more impactful. So I really hope they do that because 3, like if we were playing this game for 3 years, and that's probably gonna happen, I think 3 weapon types for now ways. At one point you will have, it's not enough, especially for Yasuke because you will be fighting with him way more than with Naue. So let's look at Yasuke, a long katana. So basically, like you said, Naue has the small one, and I think this is probably the length of Naue, don't you think? His katana.
Yeah, likely.
I would not be surprised.
It would be fun in a way to have a katana of Naue's size.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, they can do some insane stunts together, having 2 Naues with him. Yeah, likely can be used as a ladder for her or so. I don't know. But that duel, it looks kind of intense. It reminded me, of course, of Tsushima in a way.
Yeah, for sure. And
Did
I love
it do
the
that
weather.
for you as well?
Yeah. I love just the weather effects and.
Yeah, the leaves flowing around.
Yeah.
There's another scene with him as well that looks similar in a way, also with the leaves and an intense katana duel.
This is, by the way, brutal. So this is not even
Yeah.
a finisher that he does here. This is an ability. Like we see him now using the ability here. Like he has 4 adrenaline bars or slots, and then he's now doing it. Boom. So he's like using the adrenaline. So him like putting the blade in someone's neck is an ability, which means that enemies will survive this. Because you see here, he's still alive. That's just crazy to me. Like this feels like a finisher, right? But
That's crazy, yeah.
It's something that you can just do at the start of an encounter, and then the enemy will still be alive. It's kind of crazy to me.
It is crazy though. But yeah, really giving me intense feelings, and I'm already there preparing myself to dodge in the right moment or parry and deflect the attacks of the enemies.
I think it will be very satisfying to master his combat. His combat.
The katana.
Because that, like
Do
that.
you think?
Sorry?
Do you think that that's one of those special samurais granting a mastery point, or just a random dude?
I think this is probably one that, because this also looks like some sort of, that he is like kneeling here or something, right? That you like come walk towards him, and then he's like, and then who comes to disturb my resting place? And then he turns around and then you fight.
The Dragon Balls.
I think that's probably what this is. So
And
yeah,
then we have
I would not be
Hanzo
surprised.
from Overwatch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm excited. I'm excited for that. Okay, so that's the long katana, the Naginata, which the long spear one we already looked at the gameplay, standing at over 2 meters in length. That is certainly more than Naue. Yeah, the Naginata is Yasuke's weapon of choice for crowd control. It's very effective at keeping enemies at bay, as well as dealing damage to multiple enemies surrounding you. So that was the... Let's see... It was this one.
Naginata is kind of like a pole arm.
Yeah.
I would say, yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's the Naginata.
That's...
Naginata Crescent Strike.
Yes,
Wow,
that's,
that
that's
hurts.
another ability.
Yeah, must be awesome to use it against
Oh,
groups
yeah.
of enemies.
Yeah, it kind of feels like the staff indeed from Odyssey. This attack kind of looks like the overpower attack from the spear or from the staff, where it would also be like sending enemies flying, which is kind of fun.
Wasn't the overpower attack from Origins like giving you slow time and faster hits with the
No,
staff?
that was in Origins.
Yeah, Origins.
Yeah. In Origins, it was where you would like put it on the ground and then hear like a sort of, I don't know what the kind of animal it was, and they could do like very fast.
That was your favorite weapon.
Yeah, 100%. I love the staff. And in Odyssey, it was you would basically like as a like a what's it called, like a baseball bat, like swing around, and then the final hit would like send an enemy flying. So that's why it kind of reminded me of the Naginata's ability. And the Cannonbow is like the heavy mace, of course. Deadliest weapon, and definitely its heaviest. The Cannonbow can break through enemies' defenses and pulverize armor with the slightest hit. But its deadliness comes at the price of speed and mobility. For the Cannonbow players, timing will be everything. So yeah, these are the 3 melee weapons he has. But he, of course, also has the bow. And this is your stealth-only weapon. Basically, if you want to play stealth with Yasuke, yeah, you have to use the bow because enemies won't be alerted.
Play Hunter like in Origins. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe he will get Ghost Arrow of Artemis as well. Slicing through enemies and through walls. That would be so awesome.
My God.
I gotta admit, for now, yeah, this seems like my favorite weapon, the bow. Because
Really?
I love to play Hunter. Yeah. In Odyssey, I was maining Hunter all the time.
Cool.
Multi-shotting enemies even in close combat.
Okay.
And I know
It
a lot
was
of
the
people that
most
did that.
overpowered playstyle for sure.
Yeah, that's why I picked it, of course.
Yeah.
And for Valhalla, I really played the mixed style, so yeah. But I think having this in your arsenal as a stealth option, just to be flexible and deciding to play stealthy, feels very worth it to me.
Yeah, no, I think so too. And even though, because they also have the Teppo rifle, it combines destructive power with high lethality. Its raw power offers more range than the bow and a great armor penetration, albeit with a slow fire rate and even slower reload time. The Teppo is a good opener when you don't mind being noticed. So basically, I think the Teppo rifle might be like a nice way to already get rid of some of the armor from a samurai before you start to fight. So it's
Yeah,
more
like for a very tough enemy type. Yeah.
Exactly. So because the moment you shoot it, of course, everyone will turn around and be like, "What the heck? Where did that come from?" While I don't think like the bow allows Yasuke to attack unsuspecting enemies from a significant distance and strike them down with precision. Its variety of arrows offers an array of interesting strategies, and mastering accuracy will increase its efficiency. So that's cool. That seems like the fire arrows and probably poison arrows will be back in the game too. But
Sleep darts and explosive arrows.
I hope so. That would be awesome. But yeah, we will have to wait and see. Of course, we don't. Now it does not have any sleep darts. Or like a Mirage, the blow dart. So maybe Yasuke will be the only one who can put enemies to sleep, which would be kind of funny and also, yeah, fit his kind of playstyle where he maybe doesn't want to. I mean, on the other hand, here he is kind of doing non-samurai type kills, right? The samurai, of course, wants to do honorable kills. This is not one of them. The enemy standing with their back to.
Yeah, it's not like, here I am.
Yeah, which is good.
We kind of
Otherwise,
joked about it some streams ago, but
exactly. But that's
Yeah.
fine because otherwise you could not do stealth with Yasuke. But yeah, what would be your choice? First, real quick, I want to go back to my question here. So, does Yasuke put the ranged weapons in his main weapon slots, or are there separate range slots? So, does using the Yumi bow, for example, mean that you can only have one melee weapon that you can then switch to? If yes, can you then switch between the rifle and the gun as one playstyle? So,
good question.
yeah, I'm really curious about that because they are not really. They just put all the weapons like under each other. But you would think that if he has a range slot, they would be noting that somewhere, right? It really seems that you have to pick one of the, or like 2 of these 5 weapons in your active slots. And that's gonna be very interesting, and I'm not sure if I like that a lot, because that means that if you want to use the bow for long range while not being alerted, you then only have 1 melee weapon after that.
Mhm.
So you will be using your bow to get rid of enemies. At one point they will spot you, they will switch to your melee weapon, because the bow probably, I mean, can still be powerful, but not as powerful as a melee weapon. And then you only have 1 melee weapon. So I'm really curious about that. I think that's the case, though, because we kind of saw that in gameplay already, but hope there's a range slot myself.
Yeah, it seems like they really want to limit us to make our choices in this AC. So I think you're probably right with taking the guess that we have to choose 2 melee weapons, or 1 melee, 1 range, or double range weapon, whoever would run that. Maybe that's possible as well. Yeah. It's a super interesting question, and I'm curious if they will answer to it.
Oh,
And
here,
likely-
someone is saying the rifle and the gun. Yeah, I should probably change that. Thanks for noting that. Who Chris Chucky knows. I hope I pronounced it right. Okay, switch
Or a
between...
special wombo combo.
If yes, okay, then switch between the rifle and the bow as one playstyle. Because that would, of course, be awesome. Don't you think? If you
Mm.
are like this ranged Yasuke, where you have the bow and the gun. I think that would...
Mm.
That kind
It
of
would
reminds
be
me of
cool.
the dual shield combo from Valhalla. Like a weird combination where Yasuke just doesn't have a melee weapon. But you're like, guts, and then pick up the... I think that would be cool. I think that
like,
would be awesome.
Oh, I got spotted.
Guts, get a shotgun.
Terrorists win.
Like,
Yeah.
lost.
Counter Strike does too, and Yasuke going A long. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, sounds pretty interesting, and I'm curious how that will turn out. If I just had to choose 2 of those weapons we were shown, I would say I would definitely rock the bow, of course. I don't like the Kana bow. It doesn't appeal to me. It just feels like it's like that flailish type weapon, right?
It's like the heavy
it
mace
called?
from Origins and
Yeah,
Odyssey.
exactly. Mace, exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the word I was searching for. I think the Naginata looks pretty awesome as well, and the
I agree.
Katana, of course, also. If I had to choose now, I would say I would go bow Naginata, because then I have some AoE potential, and maybe the bow for, I don't know, I think I can also take down a solo enemy with a bow easy.
Yeah,
That's,
I think like
what I would pick now.
We also saw that in the rifle gameplay already. It really seems that if you're like the same level of a regular like foot soldiers, you can just one shot kill them easily,
Mhm.
similar to Valhalla.
It's great.
So this
Now you
means-
choose your 2.
This means that you will likely skip a lot of the fight. Personally, and I see some questions here. KK Bar and Nikas, can you show the Hidden Blade combat? I will quickly show that in a moment again. But yeah, for me, for Naue, I was like Kusarigama and Tento Hidden Blade, I think. For Yasuke, I am kind of a Cannibal person, because I love the sort of risk-reward. Timing will be everything. So if you can really get that under control, I think actually the Cannibal might be the best weapon. Maybe because, like, we of course saw the posture attack, so that's new in this game, where you now can charge a light attack and a heavy attack, and when you do, you can like get rid of enemies' armor. But with the Cannibal, it seems that just your regular attacks will strip the enemy of their yellow health bar, remove the armor, and when the armor is removed, they will be stunned for a brief moment and also take more damage. So just doing that with regular attacks, I think is gonna be pretty OP. So I think I will go for the Cannibal.
Okay.
And if there's no ranged weapon slot, then I will probably get the Katana or Naginata. I like the ranged. I don't know. I have to use the rifle though. Like, I think the rifle could be really cool, but if the reload time, like we of course saw some gameplay. I can probably go here real quick to the gameplay. Let's see. It's this, and then we can go here, and it's like new gameplay. So here we see the weapon, the gun.
Exactly.
Boom! It's like it is like
That
the
was
reload
like
time
the exclusive
is
footage. Yeah.
Yeah, the reload time is pretty long, but still you can. I think
I would say it's okay-ish for that kind of weapon, though.
Yeah, same. And maybe you can like increase it as well with gear and with skills. I
It
really
seems
think
incredibly precise as well. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no worries. Like I really think that doing an encounter like this is faster than actually fighting them. So that might be my reason to still use this weapon. Because it seems like you just skip a whole fight. And I'm not sure. I don't think you have any ammo. But here, see this? This does make me think that there are only 2 weapon slots. And that you can only have... That the ranged weapon is instead of a melee weapon. And I think that's huge.
Yeah.
That's pretty huge. Of course, this old gameplay, maybe they changed it. But it really seems that if you want to use a ranged weapon... You will only have one.
No.
Weapon.
Just look in the description of YouTube. It says new gameplay. Just kidding.
Back then, it was new, of course. But yeah, that's kind of wild. Let, of course, know in the chat what type of weapon you will be using for Yasuke. Again, you can choose to. But you can, of course, then switch in the inventory menu. But the moment you get spotted or are in combat, you cannot switch weapons. And
I think Naginata's gonna rock. Yeah.
I think so too. Man, because I love. Yeah, I would like probably go for these 2, but I have to see. Like with Yasuke, I'm more like, okay, I need to just feel it. Because you can make a case for the katana as well. Like that's probably the most versatile, like easiest. Just a weapon that you can use in all situations. So personally, maybe if you are a ranged player who wants to use one of these 2, going with the katana is the smartest option after that. Because it seems that the Naginata is not amazing against a single target. While with the katana, you can probably use it for both.
Be prepared for everything. Yeah. Not the perfect. While in a different situation, you could combine Kanabo Naginata, but with a ranged weapon, katana... range weapon would make sense. In Origins, I actually picked the sword because it was the most versatile weapon.
Yeah, same.
It was like fitting for every situation in a way. So I really like that. Yeah,
100%.
Oh yeah,
here's the hidden blade combat again for KK.
Oh, didn't the red thread just close now?
Yeah. So we should they should be able to
don't see any answer that yet though.
Keep refreshing. Maybe we will see it.
F5 all the time. Maybe we'll get something.
Okay, I'm gonna let's put another poll in. We've now talked about Yasuke and Naoe. Who are you gonna play? I think it's time again. It's time again.
Who are you I think with this, they really put out that Yasuke can be fun as well. Maybe also giving you that Ghost of Tsushima vibe in combat with the perfect timing, prepared stance attacks, really making it kind of intense and not just button smashing.
Oh,
that was like the feeling that I got back then, though.
Yeah, 100%. Oh my god, look at this. Poor Yasuke. If you can do it, Brock, in the Twitch chat, that would be amazing too. But okay, I want to make a case for Yasuke because it seems like, I mean, I get why Naoe looks like the most fun character. Again, she is like amazing in combat too. Like this weapon is just probably gonna be so OP. And
but likely
uh,
her biggest weakness is when enemies have tough armor.
yeah.
I think it's gonna be tough to fight them. Break through the armor with light weapons might be hard.
Yeah, it might get annoying. So it just takes way longer to kill them. Although here she is like with the katana, you can here this guy has armor too. She just does blink, armor's gone.
Yeah, I think with her you might then choose a heavy weapon to have with you to be prepared for tougher fights. And I really like the fact that we can like dive into that and really think about our loadouts. Will make up for some interesting thoughts to be made post-launch as well.
Yeah, 100%.
Maybe there will be like kind of situations where we can switch our loadout. I think those weapons you won't like have a drop-off station where you can simply throw them. Might be limited to the hideout though.
I think you will just have an inventory like the previous games, and then just switch the weapons out. So you will just carry them with you all the time, but in combat you only have 2, of course. Or do you mean like in combat that you can switch?
Not in combat, but in mission maybe or so. I was thinking about maybe training a spy in your hideout to bring your katana once it's sharpened again. I don't know, something like that.
Okay. No, I think it will just
Maybe
be like that you can carry a lot in your inventory and just switch on the fly. Just not when you're in combat.
Okay. So you really think you can switch all the time?
Yeah, 100%.
As long as you have the correct weapon with you.
Yeah, 100%. I think it will be similar to Odyssey in a way. But yeah, it still means that you have to make a choice, because the moment you get spotted and when you're in combat, you of course cannot switch weapons. Or can you actually? Could you? I don't remember. Maybe people remember that. Like sometimes these small things I just forget. But could you, if you were in combat, switch weapons?
You can switch weapons, but maybe not in the inventory.
Yeah, exactly. I think you could not.
I mean, with Yasuke, he can definitely do that mid-combo as well.
Yeah. So that's what I want to like. I want to give Yasuke an extra push in the back, because he needs it. So at the opposite of end, let's just read this part. In essence, our core fight mechanics are the same for Yasuke and Naoe, but as a samurai and shinobi respectively, they each have their own weapon types and abilities that make them feel very different from one another. Despite Naoe's formidable stealth prowess, as detailed in our previous post, she's no pushover when it comes to combat. Quick and agile, she can make short work of a single enemy with a barrage of attacks, but as the number of enemies increase, she will be at a significant disadvantage due to her lack of armor and limited combat resources. At the opposite end of the spectrum, Yasuke stands as a stalwart warrior ready for prolonged knockdown, drag-out combat scenarios. For instance, the last attack in each of his combos, so the combo enders, will break an enemy's guard without relying on posture attacks, which is already huge. So basically, if you can finish a whole combo with him, the enemy will be pushed back a bit. While both characters can carry 2 weapons and switch between them I think this basically answers it. So while both characters can carry 2 weapons and switch between them in combat, I think this means that you cannot switch in your inventory, but of course outside of combat you can switch. Yasuke is the only protagonist with the ability to switch weapons mid-combo via the link attack ability, which allows him to rapidly string together attacks and weapon abilities in a continuous flow. Yasuke has a few unique samurai tricks up his sleeves. One of them is the sheeted posture attack, where he will be charged up an opening attack while his katana is still in the sheath. On top of looking iconic, most enemies won't see that one coming if timed correctly. So that's the one where you basically puts his weapon away.
Yeah. And then gets it out.
That's awesome. And it's pretty funny.
And like that's really an important part of using katanas is like pulling it out. It's like one of the most important ones in duels.
And I think it's interesting how this enemy like puts his weapon away too. He's like, oh, yeah. I can do that too, but he's too late.
Lol.
He's too late.
Didn't know that yet, yeah.
But yeah, this like is insane.
Sounds
Yasuke is the only protagonist with the ability to switch weapons mid combo via the link attack ability, which allows him to rapidly string together attacks and weapon abilities in a continuous flow. So basically, if you have the samurai or the katana and the kanabo, you can do 2 hits with the katana, then switch to the kanabo, boom, boom. And I hope, and I'm really curious, if there are like unique combo moves that. So basically, if you have the katana and the kanabo, you do a move with and use the katana as like a regular. So you do 2 light attacks, which like similar to if you would only use the katana. And then for the third attack, switch to the kanabo. You would actually do a unique kanabo attack, or maybe the third hit from the kanabo combo. But this opens up a lot of possibilities, and once again, similar to Nawe, where the weapon you're using can also be used to assassinate people. So you instead of like, okay, in combat I want to use this weapon, you also have to think, okay, but I want to do the double assassination, so I have to use the Tanto and the Hidden Blade combo for combat as well. That you also with Yasuke have to think, okay, I like the katana and the Naginata, but the combo they have together is not that strong, while the katana and the kanabo have a really strong combo, so I might go for that instead. Like, this link attack ability, I think is huge. I really think that this could give us
I
way
can
more
like
depth.
already see having him the katana in one hand with the link attack ability, having the Naginata in the other, and doing like AoE slices around him maybe or so. And there can be so many nice styles, so many nice attacks that could be performed by him that might really make him a workhorse in combat and really pushing the advantage over Naue in open combat as well. Like, that could be a thing. And also, as you just stated, curious if they will have so many different combinations. For each combination, there could be like 1 or 2 link attack abilities or so. I don't know. I mean, it seems like it's an ability. They name it that way.
Yeah, via the
So
link
maybe
attack
you-
ability. But I do think it's. Oh, you mean like an active ability? I hope it's like a passive one.
Maybe.
But yeah, so
It's still great. I mean, they also got the Legend of Zelda connected to AC now, so Link is also in there.
yeah.
That's great.
Oh wow, I got like 7
No
upvotes
trash
now
talking,
for
yeah.
this one. Let's hope we
Oh, give Jordan some upvotes.
yeah, give me upvotes on Reddit, everyone. So maybe they will answer the questions. This is kind of cheating, but hey, we're why not? So yeah, that was like my third question. With the link attack ability, can you also rapidly switch between melee and rage weapons for special combos? That would
Maybe
be
you can
insane,
let
right?
your
If you then do
Rifle
rat,
explode.
tuck tuck with the rifle and then grab the gun and like instantly shoot it. That on paper it should be possible. I want to know.
Or you combine the katana to the gun and have it like a what is it called when you have the knife on the rifle?
Yeah. They had that weapon in Rise of the Ronin, actually.
Yeah.
The spear and rifle. But
The
I mean,
rifle. Yeah.
it seems so far that it's just like combos, so that you start a combo with one weapon and then mid combo use the D-pad to switch to the other weapon and then do like something cool. But yeah, if you have a rifle and a melee weapon, and again the rifle is in that main weapon melee weapon slot, you would think that it's possible, right? And maybe, and I don't think. Again, we have to wait and see. But what if you can have a cool combo with the bow and the rifle too, where it's like shoot the bow and then immediately grab the gun or something? I don't know. I don't think that's happening, but still. And my final question: any info you can give about the fight tournaments? Because Frankie boy, if we go all the way down, that's all we had this week. There will be many opportunities to test your skills in combat in Assassin's Creed Shadows, from surprising encounters in the world, fight tournaments, or dueling against legendary opponents.
I think the arena might be back. Hopefully, right?
Yeah,
You
I
think
hope
so?
And tournaments. Like, it could be multiple things. It could be just like in Valhalla, where you sometimes had these like fist fights, right? That's like the
Mhm.
tournament, but then with the katana. In Rise of the Ronin, you actually had these two. So you had like one of the, I think in chapter 2 at the end, you had this sort of where you had to fight multiple opponents 1v1 in a sort of tournament for, I think, one of the kings or something. So it could be that, but I hope it's actually an arena.
Or it is PvP. And we got For Honor in Assassin's Creed Shadows. Whoosh.
That would be crazy.
I don't think so. But
Multiplayer,
yeah.
are people saying? I mean, I would love it, but we know co-op is coming. I'm not sure if like, of course, if PvP is coming. It seems to be.
I think
just
those
PvE.
tournaments, yeah.
Yeah.
Likely arena style fights.
And legendary opponents. What if we fight? What is her name
It's gonna
from
be
Ghost of Yote?
Yeah.
She's alive around this time. That would be like a really cool crossover, but not saying that if that's gonna happen. Okay, let's
February
quickly go
14th.
to this. See if we actually have some.
Beantwort.
Oh, Skata, thanks everyone.
Skata. Trolling.
I thought we had an answer, but it's Skata. But yeah, people, thanks for upvoting. Appreciate all of you. Let's see. Did they answer already? I'm not. Can I like look at the new ones? I think we should just look at new. This page is broken. Wait.
I don't think so.
Did they still not answer? We're going to Chrome.
I'm searching through some answered threads as well. Nope. I didn't find anything yet.
Do they have like names?
They
Oh,
have
here.
names,
Sorry.
they are-
Oh, damn. Avoid multi-part questions. Oh, damn. Okay, I should have read this maybe beforehand. But hey, we will keep trying. My questions are easy.
I mean,
this
when they
person
see
also
your name,
did
they
not.
know they have to answer.
No. I
They
think
see-
on one end, I'm like, maybe I should not have like put a question in here, because it's like a cool opportunity for other people to get their questions answered. But hey, YOLO, they can choose who to answer.
Of course, yeah. It's their fault then.
No. Still no.
2 Uhr gelesen.
No, they're slacking. They're slacking.
All right, so let's now do the prediction that we do at the end of every stream.
Yeah, and the read for the strategy guide.
Let's give it this week.
Okay, we're skipping this week. Prediction.
I have one.
Okay, go first.
A very simple one.
Of course, for people
So
who
my
don't
prediction,
know, people who don't know, we will have predictions where we're like typing them out, and then at the launch of the game, we will see who had the most predictions right. So it has to be something we can check at the launch of the game, and the person who wins gets a free Helix pack, and they look awesome. Can't show them, but they look awesome. The Helix packs.
You can't, but they are there.
They
On
are
the web.
out there somewhere.
Somewhere. Yeah.
Go
Maybe you
detective
can
style,
Google.
and maybe you will find it.
Helix
That's
sets.
all sadly we can say, because I think we will get a claim or something if I show them here. Okay. Say the prediction.
Yeah, so my prediction is a pretty easy one, straightforward. I'm making a prediction about the Link attack ability, and I'm saying it will only be triggered with an adrenaline point, or with adrenaline points.
Okay, so it's an active ability.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to activate it and then you switch to the other weapon.
Exactly.
Mm.
I don't think it will be like having 2 weapons is enough to trigger those unique combos.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my prediction.
So yeah,
Curious how it will
it's
turn
an
out,
active
yeah.
ability. Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
My
Let's
prediction.
put it there.
Yeah, my prediction will be.
Mm.
And I'm kind of. I already made some like predictions in this video or in this stream where I was like, I think the Kusarigama is gonna be OP and the Cannibal. But that will be kind of hard to like say for a fact, right?
Mm.
So I'm gonna say that was. Can I like do a prediction based on one of the questions that I asked?
Yes.
Okay.
You can.
So again, I think that's where we started this stream. The Guardians, an elite group of badass samurai guardians, are used as reinforcements when the alarm is raised in any given province. With their unmistakable white manes and face masks, Guardians aim to strike fear in their opponents and offer some of the most difficult combat you will find in Shadows. I'm gonna say they are unlimited. So it's not like the Zealots or the Villaki bosses from Origins. I think they will always spawn when the alarm is ringing. Is that a good one?
Yeah, sure. It's like that GTA approach, having 5 stars and those guardians will chase you.
Or like Mirage.
Until you got to your hideout or...
Yeah, or kill them. But basically
or
that
took down
they will
the
always
posters of
be
you.
in the game. Like one of the things, of course, with Origins and Valhalla was that if you killed all the Zealots or Villaki bosses, they would not be in the game. So also not join camps as reinforcements.
So it's more like in Odyssey.
Yeah, but it can really go both ways because an elite group of badass samurai, that does sound like something that at one point is just over. But Guardians are used as reinforcements.
Yeah, it really sounds like there's a problem where you are and they come to chase you and find you.
Yeah.
Like that elite thing.
But I'm gonna say it's
Outlaws
unlimited.
as well.
I'm of two minds. I hope it's unlimited. But
I mean, they will not
can see
likely
them.
send 2,000 guys to you, but yeah, they will simply, every time that certain alarm type is rang, they will be there.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I think.
I copy that.
50-50,
So
yeah, Scout, I agree.
Narrowed it down to the Guardian enemy type is unlimited, not like the Zealot Phylakis. They will always spawn. That's like your prediction. Are you fine with that?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
I also refreshed just a seconds ago. Didn't find anything yet.
No. Someone said that our Assassin's Creed Shadows AMA starts now, Jet Laner.
Yeah, but we will likely see that. I will likely see that tomorrow.
Yeah. No, I think yeah, we will it's gonna be too long if we like kind of stream that and stuff, so but yeah, we're already at 19 upvotes.
Wow!
So if they like
Short,
go
brief
by votes,
question. Yeah.
yeah, brief questions, please. I mean, they're brief. They're kind of brief.
Did you already like? You can still put in the direct link to your question so people can easily upvote it.
Yeah. Let's do it one more time. The legendary Seven Samurai.
Doing the link service always makes things easier. I have to sign up and vote up as well. I'll downvote.
Please do it. Find your password. Okay, I will downvote it. No! Kino and Sky, no, don't.
You can't.
Don't do
You
that.
can't.
I mean, they can. But
Yeah,
that's not nice.
really?
Oh,
And
we're at 20.
Is it like then? So if someone downvotes, then you would be at 19, right?
Yeah, but let's not find out. Let's not try.
Yeah.
Okay, man. Of course, check out Frankie Boy as well. If you haven't already, you can click on the title to check him out. I'm sure. Do you already have a video on the combat stuff?
I just have a video with the new combat, but no commentary.
Okay. Similar to what I did so far.
But it's awesome.
Yeah, it is. It
Of course.
certainly is.
And I
so
got
yeah.
Witcher news coming tomorrow. Yeah, so that's
Woo!
great. Woo!
Witcher news at the Game
Witcher.
Awards.
No, it's not linked to the Game Awards.
It
It's
might
linked
be
to the
announced
Coca-Cola
there.
voice
Maybe
actor.
you should wait.
It might be. There's chances. Yes, exactly.
So what? Yeah. So then you will be busy on Friday and Saturday.
Because CDPR kept on posting these coins, and people are curious.
I think it's
because
gonna
the
happen.
cinema.
I think it's gonna happen. I have a feeling.
Yeah.
I have a feeling.
Also, Jeff Keighley said there's something unexpected coming your way, and that would really be unexpected. And then you have to play The Witcher 3
I know. I have to play.
from start to finish.
Yeah, exactly. I've not finished it. I did play it.
And you
but,
can search for the guides on Frankie Boy to get through the game. So I'll
Okay,
get you covered.
I will. Kino and Sky says subscribe to your channel, Frankie. That's very kind. Prediction
Thank
for
you
when
so
the pre-orders are gonna be up. Again, they are up on local retailers, but just not on the PlayStation Store. I don't know. I think it's wild that it's not up yet because they have been promoting the game. But yeah, thanks everyone as always for watching. We will be back next week, and then we will go over the AMA. And we also still have, while it is a bit old, we also have still this like
The
thing.
first
as well.
one,
Yeah,
the first
we
post,
also
right?
did not
Yeah.
talk about that yet, so we can still do
We
that.
need to.
And then Frankie will be on a holiday, and then it's January before you know it, and then we will be counting down the days. And I'm sure that January will be packed with fun stuff, and then February will be packed, and then we finally get to play this game that we've been talking about for what feels like more than a year, even though it's less than that, but it feels like it.
It's decade.
It's
Well, if you count Assassin's Creed Codename Red into it, it's longer.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. No, I don't want to count that. Then it's way more than that. So yeah, thanks everyone for watching. We will be back next week, of course, on this channel at the same time. And look in the meantime out for our videos. I will have a big video on the combat article up going on this channel, and a main video going over the stealth, more concise things, and some of the leaks that you probably did not hear about yet. On the main channel. So good stuff happening all around. Well, thanks, Frankie.
We
as
will speak
always.
to you next week.
Yes. And goodbye.